We are glad to have you join us on the news at noon on Lagos Television. I am Aminat Elegushi. The Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa has warned those promoting unconstitutional change in government to desist, as the military will not tolerate anything that can truncate the nation's democracy. General Musa gave the warning while addressing newsmen after a brief meeting with service chiefs and heads of security agencies at the defense headquarters in Abuja. He said the armed forces of Nigeria and other security agencies will not fold their hands and watch the country drift into anarchy, adding that protecting the nation's sovereignty is their constitutional mandate.
The Nigerian army will not sit by and watch the nation slide into anarchy. Accordingly, the troops of the Nigerian army will continue to work in conjunction with other security agencies in the population space to maintain law and order.
We appeal to our youths, to our mothers, to our fathers, to the generality of Nigerians, to please give peace a chance and allow the government do what is needful. As committed as it has become, the federal government and all the subnationals will do what is very strategic for the nation.
General of Police Kayode Egbetokun urged youths across the country to shun the ongoing protests against hardship, noting that the government has put in place interventions that will ameliorate the suffering of citizens. Service chiefs and heads of security agencies also bear their minds on the need to rejig the security architecture to defend the nation against internal and external aggressions.
But an offense of treason. I want to use this opportunity to warn our youths to desist from accepting foreign flags from agents of destabilization.
On our part, the Armed Forces of Nigeria, we've been doing all that we need to do to ensure that we provide the enabling environment to support Mr. President and this government in the attainment of this objective of reducing poverty and hardship in this country.
While it is a constitutional right to participate in peaceful protest, it is also an offense and a crime to engage in disorder, violence, and chaos.
Convened by the Chief of Defense Staff, and it is coming on the heels of the ongoing nationwide protests against economic hardship, which has been hijacked to unleash mayhem and disrupt public peace. The police have arrested foreign nationals suspected of sponsoring protests with the Russian flag in some parts of the country. The police commissioner, Salman Garba, disclosed this after a security meeting with the Kano State Governor, Abba Yusuf. According to him, the police and other security agencies will clamp down on anyone trying to disrupt the security of the state. He also announced a further relaxation of the curfew from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. The End Bad Governance nationwide protest against hardship and hunger took a twist when protesters in some northern state holding up the Russian flag. The Economic Community of West African States Commission has expressed a concern over the ongoing protest in Nigeria, lamenting reports of violence, fatalities, and property destruction. Though ECOWAS emphasized the right of citizens to peaceful protest as enshrined in the ECOWAS Supplementary Protocol on Democracy and Good Governance and Nigeria's 1999 Constitution, it, however, sues for caution. ECOWAS urged protesters and other stakeholders to heed the President's call for an inclusive dialogue to address grievances and ensure peace and security in Nigeria and the sub-region. The Commission extends condolences to the families of those who died and expressed sympathy with the Nigerian government and its people for the losses incurred. And here in Lagos, a high court sitting in Igbo-Sharia has extended an earlier order restricting protesters participating in the nationwide demonstration in Lagos to Ganifawa Emi and peace parks in Ojota and Ketu areas of the state. Justice Sharifa Shonaike gave the order following an application by the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice Lawal Pedro, seeking to maintain and secure public safety and prevent irreparable loss of lives and property during the period of the protest. Pedro, who was represented by the Director Civil Litigation, Amid Oyenuga, told the court that the service of the earlier court order had been served on all the respondents in compliance with the pre-action protocols for preemptive reliefs sought by the applicant against the representatives of the protesters. He argued that though the respondents in the suit were yet to respond to the application, there is a need to extend the earlier restriction order or the protests to 2 venues so that the state can continue to enjoy the relative peace being experienced despite the ongoing protests across the country. In a ruling, Justice Shonaike expressed satisfaction with the applicants with the order of Justice Ogundari and order that the restriction of the protest to Freedom and Peace Park in the Ojota and Ketu areas of the state be extended until full compliance to the orders. The federal government is set to partner with the U.S.-based International Cotton Advisory Committee to revamp the nation's cotton and textile industry. Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma disclosed this at the end of a meeting between Nigeria's Cotton Consultative Committee and a delegation from the ICAC, hosted by Vice President Kashim Shettima at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. He said the move will help create jobs for Nigerian youths.
The whole idea is to leverage on this opportunity to revamp the industries in Nigeria, which many of them are now moribund, particularly in the cotton and textile sector. And this is a new opportunity that is creating a new partnership for us to cross-pollinate ideas with the experts to bring new skills, new ideas, and new and fresh innovations.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who also attended the meeting, highlights the benefits of the value chain of cotton production to the Nigeria's economy.
Let's produce what we use. Let's use what we will produce. Let's go back to our garment, cutting ages. The statistics shows that it was employing, directly and indirectly, almost 15 to 18 million Nigerians, in that entire value chain. If you can bring back that, even if it's 5 million in the next 1 to 2 years, it will take us, further away.
One of the things that killed the textile industry is policy. Now we are revisiting policies to ensure that we restore it and launch Nigeria to the path of economic recovery.
The Executive Director of ICAC, who led the visiting team, said the partnership is a good opportunity for Nigeria and Africa to sustain their textile industries as well as create more jobs and generate foreign exchange. In sport, American Gabby Thomas cruised across the finish line to win the women's 200 meters title at the 2024 Paris Olympic Games in France. Running